All right, here's a quick walk around of the 2018 Thor Majestic 19G Ford Econoline E350 based rig with the UJoint 4x4 conversion. It's got some custom graphics on the exterior and 35s that have decent tread still. They're a few years old, but they still work. A little undercarriage shot. The truck is almost entirely rust free. Leaf springs and things like that obviously are going to rust, but I think it spent most of its life in like the desert Southwest. You can see underneath here, exhaust is pretty much the only thing that has any rust on it. As far as the exterior goes, there's all sorts of access panels. I have them all keyed to match, so let's forget which way these go. This is the panel for the house battery and the generator. So generator's under here, house battery's in here. It's a Renogy 300 amp hour. This is the biggest battery that will fit in a stock battery tray. And I converted it to lithium. I've got the correct charge controller inside of the RV also to handle the lithium. So you can plug into shore power. In here is the shore power plug situation and cable. So how well you can see, the way it works is plug it into here when you want the truck to charge the inside of camper stuff. You unplug it from here and then plug it into your shore power whenever you want to be hooked up to shore power. This is the old access panel for the Blackwater dump pipe, but I no longer have it in there. Here's the Blackwater and Greywater dump. The back bumper has a built-in spot that the dump tube hides in. So you can see the undercarriage here, mostly just dirt on there, not really much rust. There's skid plates for all the tanks, which is super cool. Here's my bike holder and storage. So I've got 3 one-up racks on here, which I'd be happy to sell with the rig. And then I've got this storage box that just keep miscellaneous recovery gear, leveling blocks. I've got a tow bar in here. I have a 78 Blazer that I flat tow this with occasionally, which if you're concerned about towing, this has no trouble. 10,000 pound hitch. I don't know if I can get up on the ladder right now, but I can take a video of the roof. Here's another exterior storage. This is the vent for the fridge and the furnace. This is your propane, which I've got a lock on it. They say you're not supposed to put a lock on it, but that's the propane tank. Recently had the fill valve and the whatchamacallit replaced. Fill valve stuck, and so I had to go to an RV place to get it repaired, or actually a propane like tank place to get it repaired. Interior, there's a screen door, which is pretty cool on here. Use it all the time. Fire extinguisher, dog water bowl. Basically turn on some lights in here so you can see better, but Cabover bed area. It's bigger than a queen size bed, so we actually have like some storage bins that we keep at the foot of the bed for, you know, socks, underwear, that kind of thing. There's actually a lot of storage. I built this little platform to add this drawer unit and then to house our dog crate, which our dog weighs about 45 pounds and she fits nicely in that size crate. Interior is a stock 2017 or 18 E350 looking thing. Other than the rearview mirror is like a dash cam and backup camera, and then the Jensen Car 8000 head unit that has like Bluetooth and stuff like that. The microphone for the Bluetooth is under there. As far as the remodel goes, everything that's black in here was like white or brown. So painted everything, this is actually like engineered wood flooring that we put on the ceiling. Just made it kind of cozy. Painted everything black. I didn't paint the inside of the cabinets or like extend the wallpaper, but you don't really notice it anyway. Right now I've got the Renogy Wanderer controller in there. I redid some wiring recently. I have to tidy a couple things up. I did that when I was making my switch to lithium. That's where we deleted the microwave in favor of more storage. Stock Dometic fridge that came in the RV. Heating and cooling systems are all stock that would come in a 19G. The AC unit is actually the same one that they use all the way up to, I think, like 31 or 35 footers. So it gets really cold in here. But it only works if you're running the generator or the shore power. This is the oven that we added, oven and stovetop. Works super well. I just keep some foam under here so the glass top doesn't rattle or break on the top. But everything works. Use the rig regularly. Changed the countertops, the faucet, backsplash, that kind of thing. Added like paper towel holder and hooks for things. And this is hanging storage, which is cool. Just lots of cabinets, keep all our kitchen stuff in there. This is the stock control panel from Thor. It's how you start your generator, turn on your water heater, water pump, all that kind of thing. Thermostat. Bathroom, I put a little teak thing in the floor and added a little storage bin there for like shampoo and soap and stuff like that. It has an exhaust fan. I added this extra high dome skylight that's clear, which is pretty cool. So you can actually I'm 6 feet tall and I can actually wash my hair in here now, standing up straight, which is cool. We basically never use the sink in here. We really only use the toilet and shower. And then we just use the sink out here because it's easier. As far as other stuff goes, underneath the dinette area, that's the power inverter. Sorry about my cables everywhere. That's the power inverter. It's pure sine wave, so it'll run Starlink. If you want to plug that into it, or if you want to plug, whatever other modern stuff into it. Underneath this dinette seat is where I have some of the electronics. I've also got a safe under there, so it's just a 5-button set your own code Fort Knox safe. And then I've got just a real small Blue Sea fuse block in there. So I have a all-in-one 12-volt conversion for my Starlink, which I'm happy to just leave this wired in if you run a Starlink. This is the power converter for the Starlink, and then this is how it's wired in, and the wires just go through here and straight down to the house battery. I did that so no matter what happens, whether the truck's on, the RV's hooked up to power or whatever, we can always just flip a switch and have the Starlink on. And it uses so little power compared to how much amp hours we've got that I'm not ever afraid of forgetting that it's on and killing the battery or anything like that. Because when you're not using it, it doesn't use much. Under this seat is just the water tank and access to the water pump if you needed to replace it or whatever. That's pretty much it. Got this blackout shade for a window cover. Spring-loaded things. And yeah, that's pretty much it.